Welcome everybody to another episode of the AUSNZ Community Podcast. We have a very special guest on tonight, or today, whichever time you're listening. We have our usual hosts, Eva, Pete, and JR. I'm talking about myself, that's terrible. So I will introduce Pete and JR because I've already introduced myself. It's Eva. Pete, how are you?
Good. How about you? Are you doing well?
I'm doing okay. Woke up with a headache, but kind of trying to wash it away with some coffee and other bits and pieces. And
Well, I
lost.
woke up a little. I woke up a little confused because time difference happened today, and um,
Yep.
it was 9:30, but my old clock said it was 10:30. I'm like, oh no, I'm late.
Yeah. Well, I woke up and I thought I was pretty sure going to bed. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna lose an hour. This sucks. But whatever. And then I thought, no, that's all right. That's all right. Set the alarm for 8:30 just in case. And yeah, woke up. Watch was different. So yeah. JR, what about you? How are you?
I am sleepy. I am not a morning person. I'm not a
Okay.
morning person. I
If
have to
we-
wake.
You're nocturnal.
Yeah, and I
Rabbits are
had to sleep.
nocturnal, aren't they?
I don't think
maybe.
so. I think owls are nocturnal, not rabbits.
Yeah, but
I can be
owls eat rabbits, so rabbits must be out at night for the owls to eat on them.
well. Okay, yeah, I can be an exception. Anyways, good to be here, and I'm looking forward. We're all looking forward to hearing from our guest for this episode.
Yes, indeed. So, Pete, do you want to introduce Hero or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Today's guest is HeroHCR2. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, welcome.
Not
welcome,
a
welcome.
problem at all.
And
And
you're
a big
currently
shout
on...
out to Hazelnut for recommending you as a guest too. So thank you, Hazelnut.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Hayes. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So, and you're from Loyal Outcasts.
Yes, sir.
You're
Yep.
currently in D1, so we'll hear a bit more about that when we bring you on. But like I said, you're welcome to talk about anything we're talking about in our little bits. So I might go first this time. I usually
Ooh la
throw Pete
la.
I usually throw Pete under the bus. Um, but no, I was as of last episode, we all almost barely just didn't have the update, so we couldn't really talk about the hover bike as much. But I succumbed to buying it. I didn't wait until the event, the public event, because I'm just not like that. I just can't wait.
Same.
And yeah, I've got all the parts for it so far. This is only on the main account, so I've got all the parts for it so far. Have been using it in cups a bit, just for a bit of fun. Quite fast, but you can fall flat on your face very easily. And yeah, like with nitro and start boost and a few other little bits and pieces, it does go quite well. So I
agree.
personally love the flames that come out of it. I reckon whoever did that at Fingersoft, you guys need a little medal or a little promotion from Fingersoft, because I love the color, I love the way they flare, I love the sound that makes. And I know that's the smallest little detail about a new car and stuff like that, but I think the devil's
It's the
in
little
the
things that make a difference.
It is. I mean, me and JR agree with that because we're short. It's the little things that make the difference, right?
That makes three of us.
So
This is going to be a mostly short podcast.
Just don't look over our heads, Pete.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I really appreciate that sort of detail that they've put into the game, as well as things like the cows and the calves through spring and the flowers through spring, and all that sort of stuff that just is in the background and no one really notices. But I
And the
noticed.
cows with little space helmets on in the moon.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. All of
Mhm.
that sort of stuff is the stuff I noticed, and I really wanted to say a big shout out to whoever did that, because it was a really cool feature of this hover bike to have the jets coming out the bottom, but to make them look as good as they did was really cool. So yeah, I mean, and as for the parts, I'm still not sure whether spin boost is going to help at all. Still not
It does
sure about.
spin very fast,
It does. It
especially if
does.
you knock the back end and do a couple tumbles without dying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's the hard bit, not landing on your head.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
So
love the little
are you guys talking about air control or the flip boost?
air control.
Flip boost.
Air control. I was talking about air
Okay,
control, making it
sorry.
spin even faster. No, that's all right. And then
Just
the
curious.
piece de resistance, the best bit about all of it is the little dome like the Jetsons when
Yes,
when you put the
roll cage.
roll cage on. Looks like something
The
from the
coolest
Jetsons.
coolest looking roll cage in the game.
Yep,
Mhm.
indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Are you young enough or old enough to know the Jetsons, Hero?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I reveal my age?
Oh, if you want to, you
Yes,
don't
you
have
can.
to, but sometimes you just
I'm
got
in
to
my
ask the
late
question.
30s.
Oh, so
I'm
you'd know the
almost
Jetsons.
40.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. And I love that vehicle. I'll comment more on it as you keep talking. But
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, but yeah, that's in the short term, I think I'll save more comments for future in terms of doing some PBs and stuff in it. I'm still working on Rock Bouncer and a whole heap of PBs on the Rock Bouncer, so that'll be the next vehicle I start doing some time attack stuff with, just to see how fast I can get it to go. Have you done any time attack with it, Hero?
yes, as a matter of fact, I have two. I know it's brand new, so they're gonna get squashed, and I don't have nitro yet, so that adds a whole nother thing into it. I don't know how fast my times are gonna get beaten by, but I just got two hover bike world record specific last night, and then
Okay.
when we get done, I'm gonna take another one that I'm super close on. But yesterday I got over the steep downhill cliff. I got that world record, and then I also got that Apex, legendary Apex, that one with the hover bike as well. But again,
Okay.
I don't have nitro, so I don't know if these are the correct parts. But I love that vehicle because it's kind of a mixture between the Moonlander and the Superbike, and I'm not good with the Moonlander, and I'm okay with the Superbike, but I just don't play it that much, and I really like this. I really like the mechanics of it.
Yeah, I must say I like the mechanics of it. It's not what I expected when they announced it. And
Right.
then yeah, it's not what I expected when they announced it. And then it was really interesting to play with. And I mean, in the public event, it's different again because everything's maxed, and you go, yep, no problems. But um, playing with everything maxed sometimes isn't always the best. I mean, um, there are so many cars that if you turn down some of the tunes, you actually go faster,
Hmm.
which is
Right.
quite an interesting point of view. You know what I mean? You never expected that to be the case,
Mm-mm.
because when they first released the cars with the parts, you could only bump the parts up. You couldn't bring them back down. So and then all of a sudden people started. I don't know if it was complaining or whatever, but they allowed the ability for tunes to be lowered, and that again was another change in the game that made everything a bit better and faster and whatever. So
That
yeah,
that change was literally a game changer.
boom, boom, boom. I tried to resist
Oh
saying it,
yeah.
and then you come out and
Oh,
did it
I can't
anyway.
resist. I just have to do these things. You know me.
Yeah. Over to you, JR. What have you got for us?
Well, when we had our last recording, I actually downloaded the upgrade on that day of the recording. So I was looking forward to finishing the league's daily reward,
Yep.
right? So I listed down everything and I found 37 tasks for the leagues. Okay.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
finished 36 out of the 37. Okay. The last one that I was not able to finish was the Road to Legendary because
Oh,
it was
Me
almost,
too.
yeah,
of all
because
the
it was
people,
almost, no,
you
no,
could have done that in half an hour, JR.
I know, but I am not the same JR that I used to like the play cops, eat, sleep, repeat. I'm not the same old JR.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
so what I told myself, okay, stuff it. I'm going to skip that and we'll do the next season, right? I'm looking forward to when the new season starts, we'll have a lot of league tasks again.
yep.
But then, okay, but then just one task showed up.
Yep.
It was the road to legendary. I
Yep.
said, is this a continuation of the one that I was not able to finish? So I was trying to do it before this episode. I was trying to finish this the road to legendary before this episode. And I was not able to finish it. And then I saw on the Facebook HCR2 Facebook page, okay,
Yep.
that someone posted there that some people are a bit disappointed of this new league's reward system. Like the first batch, the first launch was there were so many rewards and so many tasks, and then now we only have one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, what do you think? What do you all think?
Well, I was under the same impression because I was at 26,000 meters when I finished the Road to Legendary, and I looked up and went 4 days, finish it. Looked at what I had to do for work and went, I can't do that.
Mhm,
So I thought, oh, I'll do it next season. But then I
mhm,
also read a few people saying that they couldn't.
mhm.
And I thought that was a bit, yeah. So whether or not it's going to be something they update on a quarterly basis or I don't know. But I was thinking it was the same. Once you've completed it, you had the option to, start again from scratch, and there'd be a whole new level of tasks.
Yeah.
Because most of the tasks that were in the list, I had completed in that month already without even
Yes.
having opened the game type thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was a little bit disjointed when I was like, yeah, no, it's only the once. It's a one-off thing. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Hopefully
Yeah. Yeah.
they have
Let's see on the next podcast. Let's see
yeah, we'll
what
see what the next
happens.
podcast whether they've changed anything or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete, what was your thoughts?
Yeah, look, you guys do me. I don't really do cups. So I think I was on about 500 meters of the season. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get through this. And that's just from opening the congratulations, do 3 flips with the motorbike or whatever. That's
Yeah.
Yep.
just me getting 5 different things.
Oh, I
So,
see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
mhm.
Well, this season, if you buy
I,
the
I
extra
did
pack,
try though.
yeah, if you buy the extra pack this season, you get the police officer skin,
Oh yeah.
and he's one of 3 skins that I don't have in total.
Ah.
So I've been grinding cups to get that skin because I just haven't never been able to buy it, never been able to see it, never been able to do anything with it, and all of a sudden he's there, and I'm like, I've got to get that skin. I've got to get that skin.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
So is that
That's what
like when you
motivates
finish
me.
it, you get it?
no, I've already got the skin.
Oh.
14,600 points in, and I'm already
Excellent.
yeah. I've done that in I don't know 5 or 6
A
days.
day.
No, I did that in 5 or 6 days. I don't. I probably only play I don't know 30, 40 cups at the most on a day. across both accounts. So that's only like 20 cups.
Do you
per game.
open every chest available, or do you like open all the free ones and then just wait?
No, I just open them.
Just open them. Yeah.
Just open them. Just open them.
So you got a nice little backlog of gems to do that with.
A few.
How few? How few?
A few. What's the? Hang on. No, the answer. The true answer is, it's just like Rolls-Royce in the 80s when they were advertising the Rolls-Royce cars. If you looked at all the other manufacturers were telling you how much horsepower they had. You know, the new Lincoln had 400 horsepower and the new whatever had 600 horsepower. If you went to the Rolls-Royce, it said ample.
Ample horsepower.
Ample horsepower. How much is it? It doesn't matter. It's got enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, I have enough gems.
You have ample
So around
gems.
50,000 or so.
Nah, 50. I've never gotten as high as JR. I've never gotten as high as JR.
25.
Yeah,
25,000?
25,000. I've never gotten that high. No.
Oh,
Oh, really?
I'm 19,000.
Geez, that's more than me already, you see?
Because I've
Yep.
spent, it used to be 26,000, but I've spent.
Yeah.
So,
Terrible. Anyway,
That's good to hear.
yeah, Pete, what are you going to talk about?
All right. So I think it's going to be a once-off, but I'm going to name this one. It's Pete's Powered Public Powered Team Powered Public Powered Team Public Program. I'm going to start
See,
off with the team
we
event
could
section.
we could just say Pete's Peas.
Oh God, no! It's too much of a mouthful. I can't keep that up.
Yeah, well, but
Um,
that was one of the reasons why we did it.
I'm going to start. I'm going to start off with the team event section.
Yep.
The team event is called Crash Bros. And the first track, it's a little bit of a tricky track because it is a stay on the ground with time penalties. And it's in a map that has magnets lifting you off the ground.
Yep.
So that was a little bit of evil genius by somebody. I'm not going to name
Andy.
anybody.
I'm not naming anybody, Andy.
Yes. So what I've been using is the supercar. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Lamborghini type
Sports
thing.
car. Oh yeah, the Lamborghini supercar. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm using winter tires, afterburner, and coin boost.
Okay.
But that's just what's working with me because I don't have a very good nitro, and yeah, it just works for me. So that's what I'm using.
What sort of score are you getting? Like points wise?
I'm getting around 21 seconds. So
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how much score. I think it's around 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just take it easy over the first hill. Yeah,
Are you going over the second switch, or are you plowing through the second switch and then hitting the third switch?
I think I'm going through the first switch, turning them off, and then going through the air in the second one.
Yep. Yeah.
Up the
Because
hill.
you can turn off that last line of magnets by missing one of the switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got. I'm not that good.
Yeah,
I've seen the videos on how it's done, and nah, I'm not that skilled yet.
Yeah, I've been using
Probably never will be.
I've been using the sports car.
Mm-hmm. How's that go? What sort of scores?
I'm not using nitro either. I'm getting a 5.5K, so about the same sort of time frame. But using fuel boost, heavyweight, and afterburner.
Heavyweight's a good option.
And as you come over that second hill, and you get the fuel, collect the fuel
Mhm.
boost throws you forward. You aim it down, you miss the switch, you land pretty heavy on the front tire, and then you go over the hill. The next switch turns that top section of magnets off, and then you just do the rest of the track on the ground.
Nice.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, it
that's not a
works.
bad option.
Yeah, it works for the sports car. You know, what you call it, downforces down to 20, up to 20, and all that sort of stuff. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
right. Nice one.
hmm, what
Next
are you
track.
using?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, go on.
No, you were saying something about the first
No,
track.
no, what I was going to say, what do you use for the second track? But you started on the second
Ah,
track.
okay. Never mind then. So second track is a wheelie, and it's in the carnival sort of track
Yep.
where you got to go under or over the little carnival tracks.
Yep.
I'm using the Beast
Yep.
with wings, coin boost, and magnet. Now, there's no need for the magnet because there's no fuel.
Yep.
That's just where I've got to quit just to get a few more extra coin boosts, but yeah, I don't really get that far.
Okay.
I'm averaging around 150 meters, so
Okay.
not very far at all.
There's a section of construction with the big
Mhm.
CLM sign on it, and you can't see what the car's doing and behind it. It is the biggest pain in
Yep.
the ass.
Yep.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, kind of like 150
Yeah.
meters in. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Right
that.
where I die, yeah.
Right, you die. Yeah. If you get past that obstacle, it gets easier.
Yeah, as long as you're able to stay on a wheelie uphill, which I struggle with in the Beast.
Yeah.
I just
No,
haven't quite figured it out yet.
I've done one 9K run so far.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on my
Very
main account. And I've done a 5K run with the alt account. So I died really badly in the alt account because I'd cleared all the really bad obstacles, and I'm going along going, yeah, this is great, yay, oh, this is easy, bang, okay, I'm an idiot.
Damn it.
No, yeah, so
Yes.
but
That's my struggles. I'm just not good at wheeling it.
yeah, I was using everything but the magnet. I was using the empty fuel boost. I was optimistic that
Yeah.
I'd get somewhere where I'd need it.
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet. Uh,
Yeah, very
all
optimistic.
right.
I've only ever used it once.
Yes. Track 3 is the time attack track. And I'm
Yep.
using the motocross with wings, thrusters, and landing boost.
Oh, I've been
So
thinking about that, but I've just yeah,
yes, it's actually really it's a really fast vehicle on this track because when you get the landing boost just right on the downhill section after flying over it,
yep,
it just sends you flying. Yeah.
yeah. I remember. I reckon that was one of the daily races we did once, and
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it was. That's why I remember it.
yeah. I think it was one of the daily races we did with it was either the motocross or maybe the scooter, and it's a similar setup to both.
hmm
Yeah, no, very cool, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good fun track, and it's one that you can actually practice. So
Yeah,
that's another good thing.
indeed.
Track 4 is crushing through boxes to get time bonus.
Yep.
And I'm using a bit of an unconventional setup. I'm using the CCEV with winter tires, heavyweight, and spoiler.
Okay.
The spoiler just helps with crushing the boxes when you land on them because sometimes they don't really crush
Mm,
for some reason.
yep.
So yeah, it just helps with that. Yeah, just hit as many as you can without dying at the end in that big pile of boxes. It
Yeah,
also helps with that too.
I've
It
had a
adds
couple of
this.
sorry, I've
Yeah,
had a
go on.
couple of runs where um the rock as you're going up the hill
hmm
doesn't smash, and then it rolls over the top of the car and kills you.
Yeah. I've had
Um,
one of the first boxes didn't break, so I was pushing it up the hill, and then the rock hit it and broke it. So that
Oh.
slowed me down.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you know, the physics engine in this game is, you know, in
based.
yeah, in its own little world.
Hmm. So yeah, that is the team events section. Do you guys have anything to add on that, Jackrabbit?
Nope, not me.
Not you?
Quickly
You're
answered, nope,
using,
not me.
is anybody using Supercar on T3, I think it is?
Yeah, I've been using
The
Supercar on
time attack?
T3. Yeah, I've been.
Are you doing 2020 120?
Yeah, I am, and I'm
Okay.
also doing after overcharged turbo. My my nitro's only at 3, so I'm using nitro, overcharged turbo, and wings.
What kind of points are you getting?
Like low, middle sixes, low sevens.
I know we're recording right now and I apologize, but I can send a challenge somewhere that I have saved that I did the other day. And
Well,
so
if you do, we will add it to the bottom of the podcast, and then other people can play it as well.
perfect.
Yes,
Yeah, it'll
we can
get
add
you,
that.
if you do it correctly, it'll get you 9,500 and you only need nitro level 2 is all I have.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wow.
Nice.
and I was playing with the tunes in practice, and then I asked one of my buddies, or no, he's like, hang on, I'll go ask, and I actually found the correct tune. I was so surprised, but it's with Cape,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Oh, as in you have to wear a cape as well.
Well, no, you don't have to. I'm technically I'm doing it without like right now I have no item on, just a hat, but I don't even know if that's necessary. But
Yeah.
it's just all I did was lower the grip by 1 just to test it out, and so 2019 120 it'll get you a way smoother, faster start.
Start. Yeah. Actually, I've been using Start Boost, overcharged turbo, and nitro.
Okay, I'm doing start boost, no, maybe wings, afterburner, and nitro, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
I did a little time trial event, like just playing with it a bit, trying to get it to work, and I'd always run out of fuel if you stuffed up that first landing where you've got to go over
Yeah.
the third hill. If you stuffed that up, it just went downhill from there, so you'd get nothing for the run. So I went on a slightly conservative run, just to make sure I got my 6 or 7K. And then from there on I try different things, and I will probably try the motorbike as well, the motocross as well. So, but yes, please send that link. We'll all have a
Oh,
go.
absolutely. Where should I put that?
Just pop it in the
Just
general.
send it on the general channel.
Yeah, the general chat in the public channel, and then we will. I'll populate it on the YouTube when I do the YouTube post, and I do the other post.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
In the server we're in.
Yep, in the server we're in.
Okay.
Just chuck it in that. And ping Eva, just because he likes being pinged.
Oh no! Don't ping me! Don't ping me!
Ping him 3 times.
No.
Yeah. Just remember, I am the admin of the server.
Okay.
All right.
I hate to use God power, but I don't care. I mean,
Ping
me,
him.
me.
Ping him. I suppose I should start on this public event.
You better start on the public event. Go on.
Yeah, I better do it because we're getting out of control. This one is called HeroHCR 2024.
Are you sure it's Hov? I reckon it's pronounced.
I reckon it's Hove.
No, it's pronounced Hoover.
Yes, that's probably. I'm mispronouncing everything today.
You are. It's pronounced Hoover.
Yes. So this is the event where you can not purchase. You can win your way to the new Hoover bike.
Yep.
For only 800 event points. So it's a bargain. Only 800. Yep. Absolute bargain. I know. So I managed to get it last night on the alt account, and I was playing for about 3 hours or so, and then my phone died, and then I had to charge it, and I was playing it again. But I got there in the end. It's a time attack.
What points were you getting?
Between 2, sometimes.
What?
Mostly 7s and 9s. Yeah.
Oh,
7 and 9. But every now and then I'd get a track that I just could not get right. And I'd get a nice little 2.
Were you watching the ads for the extras?
When I could, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they didn't want to load.
Yeah, I have that problem too. They won't load.
But on the 2s, I just, stuff that. I'm not going to watch an ad for that.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, exactly. So it
It's not worth
is
30 seconds.
all fixed tunes. It's a fully maxed out hover bike, and it's all time attack.
Yep.
So it's a good way to test out the new car, which has been pretty good. And then when I finally got it, I figured out that a down-tuned hover bike is not really good. It is slow. It burns a lot of fuel when you thrust on lower tunes.
Yep.
Which was unexpected because I did an adventure run and I thought, oh yeah, I'll just go over this hill nice and quick, out of fuel. Damn it.
Yep. Well, I maxed my tunes like when I got it because I have lots of coins.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Well, it's the one currency I can only spend when the new vehicles turn up. So
yeah,
I don't think I can
enough.
grind up to 800 points.
Yes, you can. You've got 3 days to do it.
No, I only
got 3
get
more
5
days.
points and below.
Yeah. Watch an
I'd be
ad.
sitting
Get
on my
10
ass
points.
all day playing public events.
well, you don't really need to sleep, do you?
No, you're nocturnal, so just do it at nighttime.
Wait, hang on. Do you think if it ever comes back on another public event, will it be a time attack again?
Going by previous, it will be different. It'll just be on a rotation, but it will be less. It'll be about 600 to get it.
No, will it be like a time attack kind of public event again for this?
It depends.
Hover.
It's on a rotation, so yeah.
Could be,
I don't know.
It could be something as stupid as cricket.
Yeah, could be.
Oh my god!
So
could be
what
something
I say?
awesome like a
Soccer.
Fly as far as you can.
Can I buy it on Amazon or?
You can purchase it in the shop.
I don't want to spend.
Or if you don't want to spend, Jackrabbit, because you have ample amount of gems, you can purchase the event points to get it in the public event shop, and it's only about 5,000 gems or so. So you can do that.
Still a lot.
But there's always a way out. Just if you're willing to spend it or not, that's up to you.
The only way I was able to get the rock bouncer was when Pete was able to convince me to join the flash mob on the public event, and it was a wheelie event. That was the only way I was able to get it. I wouldn't have gotten it myself.
It was a good event, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh, let
Was
me do it.
nice.
Let me do it.
Fun.
Was it really good?
There we go.
There we go. There we
It
Got
was
it.
go.
really,
Just
really good.
oh my
It
god.
was.
Oh my god. Anyway, we digress.
I know.
Is that it for the public event?
Yeah.
It sure is.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
I'm done with it.
Well, Hero's been sitting around waiting and occasional popping in bits and pieces, but here is the big warm welcome to Hero. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate your time and look forward to hearing everything about you. So, I suppose as a start, give us a little bit of background. What was your HCR journey in terms of number one, number two, and all that sort of stuff, and the teams you've played on. Just a little bit of a synopsis, a little bit of background to you.
Okay, sure. Well, first of all, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's such an honor to be on this podcast, and being part of the community. It's a pleasure to be here. So thank you. I'm really honored.
Our pleasure.
And okay, my HCR2 journey. It started right when the pandemic started, and I was about 3.5 kgp when I noticed you could join teams. I didn't notice that, and so I joined a team. It was called Bad Bones. My first YouTube videos, and I gotta be careful what I say here. I started. I attained co-leadership, and it was really nice, and I kind of helped lead the team in a good direction. And then my next team was, if anybody remembers, a guy named PR Aries.
No, that doesn't ring a
No.
bell with me.
Okay, no problem. He was he's a buddy from Florida, and like me and him just started loving the rotator, and then that's when we learned. He taught me that you could change the tunes. So that was a huge turning point for me, and then I became like time trial-aholic. But so he asked me if I was ready to make a team with him, and I said yes, and we called it Tunes for changing the tunes of the vehicles. It went very well, and long story short, it became United Legends Reborn, UL Reborn, and I gathered everybody up that was kicked and created Loyal Outcasts, and we took a 3-day vote on the name, and just been grinding and trying our best ever since.
And you've been with Loyal Outcasts since the inception, then?
Yeah. I created.
Wow.
Yes, because we lost Aries to UL Reborn, which is fine. He wanted to make that call, and that was cool and everything. And he ended up coming back after a while, but yeah. So I created a team and reached out to everybody that I could, and it was blood, sweat, and tears on the way up. But now we're finally at a place, a comfortable place. The initial goal was to maybe be a top 50 D1 team, and now we've been to CC and back so many different times. But I hope this is our last time in D1. But I would like us to be a forever CC team, and that's kind of the direction we're going.
I have just checked your team's ranking on Division 1 and you are at rank 41.
Yeah, we
very
were number
impressive.
3 before last match. We were global number 3. So I told the team, so this season, global number 3 is our goal, and then we're going to try to exceed that goal. We played Lowlands 2, and it was a close match. It was we won 2,500 to 2,000. They're very strong. But that's so we definitely lost some points, and hopefully that'll be our hardest match of the season.
Yeah, so being
Yeah.
being at the top of the the division rankings, and you have a goal of going to the CC division, were you able to have merge offers along the way?
Yes, this is a little embarrassing to admit, but
Why embarrassing?
I have
Okay, go on.
I have turned down 189
Oh
merge
wow,
offers.
that's not embarrassing.
That's a
That is
lot.
amazing. That is amazing. It's not
Wait,
embarrassing.
We need to have a little gossip. Can you name a few teams?
Oh yeah, a lot of the
Name a few
teams
teams
don't.
that you have turned
Hang on,
down.
JR. Just look at the
Yeah,
top 100. Right, look at the top 100. There's the first 100. Right,
yeah.
and then the next 89 on the list is the next 88. Right. That is.
So
I am hugely impressed. Hugely
Me too.
some
That's
impressed.
why.
well, thank you. Some of these, I think everybody knows that we don't merge now, so they rarely come in anymore. But at first, it was like I just ran with it, and when I had to gather everybody up, I stayed up for like 2-3 days straight on coffee, like and I'm an adult. My body's not used to being up all. I think I like fell asleep at the table maybe an hour a night, but I was
Oh my
recruiting
god.
nonstop and paying every second attention to the Fingersoft player seeking team,
Yeah.
and just working my butt off. I'm starting to lose my track. What
No,
I
Yeah,
I'm not.
so
I'm not. I am really, really impressed. That is really amazing because
which teams? The teams that have tried to merge with us, a lot of them
Yeah.
are still around. A lot of them don't exist anymore. I
because
don't
they've
want to
merged.
mention any
Yeah.
names,
Yeah, not to
but
mention, but did you ever consider accepting a merge? Did you ever?
absolutely, absolutely. I know how to negotiate fairly, and it's just there just haven't been any deals yet that I'm willing to say yes
except
to. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Because
because
like
when you merge, you lose
I
your identity. So we're the same.
right,
We don't like merging either. We don't. We would rather recruit than merge.
right, right. Like we created a D7 team last month, so we can pull people from it rather than constantly have to look for people. So we're trying to create some sort of a system. We don't want a ton of teams, but we have the main team, and then we have the bad guys, and loyal outcasts with that hyphen or whatever it's called at the bottom, that bottom line between the two words.
underscore
That's an
underscore.
underscore. That one is in D7, and if it goes well, we're just gonna reset it every month and have a team in D7, and then one hopefully in CC. We'll see if we stay there next month.
Yeah,
Mm.
that whole backwards and forwards in CC is still a bone of contention in my mind because it's really tough on say the bottom 25 teams
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
yeah, and the top 10 realistically, the top 10 are always going to be the top 10. The order is going to be, jungled up here and there every now and then, but it really comes back to the same thing. It's like that bottom 25 is going to be seesawing between CC and D1, just
Right.
over and over and over and over again. There's no recourse for it.
And then in those times of turbulence, it's like, as a leader, sometimes I fall back to, I'm like, all right, what can I do? And it's the best thing I know to do in those turbulence times is just motivate, keep the morale as best as I can. And I'm very grateful to my co-leaders for helping me out with that as well.
Yes.
And you have 4 accounts, don't you?
Unfortunately, I do. Yes. Yes, I do.
You'd say
So
unfortunately.
you carry 4 phones with you?
No. So the other 3 accounts are for helping, and I'm gracious. Like one of my accounts is like 5.8K, and I'm only doing team event only, and I just want to give shout out to Bad Dads for letting me ride with them.
Yep.
In D1 and CC with such a low garage power account. But yeah, I just do team event with the other accounts, and sometimes I'll use one to like make a dead team in D7 and then just let it sit there all month in case we need a reset from one of our alternative teams.
Yep. No, fair enough. No, very cool. You had one other person you wanted to talk about. You want to give a shout out to from the second tier team.
Oh yes. Petey. Petey on Bad Dads, the leader of Bad Dads.
Yep.
It's the team one of my alts is on.
I've seen him on the public event a few times.
Oh, have
he's good.
Petey,
He's really good.
I just wanna give you a shout out and say thank you for having me on your team. It's an honor to be there. It's a great group of guys, and I'm just doing the team event. I'm very grateful that he allows me to be there. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. We all have people like that in our lives, I think. Like people that have, reached out to us or vice versa to get us involved in the game in a different way. And I think we all owe a little bit of gratitude to them over the years, because otherwise we wouldn't be where we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They've allowed us to be who we are within the team, and it's been really good to be there and be reassured that we have a place with them regardless of what we do for them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
JR, do you have any questions?
That was my main question about the merging.
Oh, fair enough. No.
Yeah, because
go on.
I was blown away by the number of merge offers.
Well, okay. I don't want to add. I don't want to talk too much, but so merge offers were. I started learning about that teams were merging back when I was on my first team, Bad Bones, and it's now under a different name. But I was handling the Discord stuff, and I was negotiating with all these other teams, and it's just like negotiating in the real world. And then I don't know, I came across a lot of people who it just kind of seemed like the merge offer was like and it would end up like, hey, can I have your team? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, give me all your
So,
best players, but I'll keep my
right.
team.
Like I just like right after most of these guys got kicked, like I had to protect them. You know, I'm still protective of the team, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I, I I must say, I'm I'm really impressed. 189 offers and all of them have been no. I just because you've been protective of the people that you have entrusted you to be their leader, to make sure that
Yes,
when they come back to the game tomorrow and the day after that, that the game is still there for them in the same way that they've played it over the last however long they've been with you as your
exactly.
leader. And I think that takes a lot of strength to be able to say, no, I'm looking after my team, not after myself. So
Mhm.
really
Thanks.
impressed, really
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah. I try to you know, like speaking of talent. I'm not the best team event player. Some events I'll do good and I'll be able to place some CC scores. Most of them I'm not. But I really want the people that come there to know that they okay, delete you can delete this part. I'm just losing my train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. No,
No,
I
no, no.
think you were really hitting on a point, which is that when people join your team, they're joining more than just a bunch of people that like playing the game. They're being indoctrinated into a very loyal team, and I think that
A
loyalty is,
loyal bunch of outcasts.
yeah. And I mean that in itself is kind of who you are, which is awesome. Don't be scared of it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Well, thank you. And the part that I was forgetting that I was trying to say is that when these people do join, I want them to to feel secure. And you know,
Yeah.
like before people join, when I'm vetting them, I would always mention like, hey, we have a positive atmosphere and blah 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 blah. Um, whew, then my nervousness is catching up to me right now. It's
Fresh
making me
Well,
fresh
forget my point.
don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad. It's you've really shown us. I honestly think you've shown us that you mean what you say when it comes to being loyal to the team. And
I'd like to talk a little bit about your 4 accounts and how that came to be. Like, you don't just wake up think, oh yeah, I'll just make another account. Oh yeah, I'll make another one. Why not? How do you manage that?
Okay, so first, my main account got flagged, and I didn't know what to do. So this will explain that, like, it was 3 or 4 months it was flagged for until I finally sent them the correct stuff in the email. And Tim Cooper, I believe, like, such a nice guy. He really helped me out. Um, and I got my main account back, and I was so happy. But for 4 months, I was without it. So it was during that time, immediately when my account was flagged, and I'm like, and then I found out why, and I'll say the reason why, so others can avoid doing that. But I I created another account like that moment and made it to gold within 7 hours and joined my team back. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like this screen came up. So basically, I had um the same account open on 2 phones because even though I wasn't leader, I was I kind of was like thinking of with that mentality. So I was trying to keep an eye on scores. I was watching the scoreboard in TE while I was racing on the same account on my other phone, and then it would do these screen captures. I was like, oh, that was weird. And then after the fourth one, so it did this for like a week or two. After the fourth one, my account was flagged, and I didn't know what to do. I emailed them, but I didn't provide any information because I was just a young buck. In the game, I had no idea what to do. But
You did say buck, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I heard Buck.
few months later, somebody was able to help me out, and I got that account back, and I was super excited. And then what leads me to my other accounts. So that way I learned that you could have another account through the email when they were explaining it to me. Like, hey, you can't do this, but you can have another account. You just properly how to do it. I made a second account because me and Aries, we made second accounts at the exact same time, and I forget which team we joined, but we joined some random team to be the low GP guys that were scoring high, and that account is now on our alt team. I made the Bad Dads account because my friend Aaron, who goes, I forget what his name is right now on the team, on the roster, but he goes by Filthy Aaron on Discord and sometimes HCR2. He's a fellow adult, and he brought one of his accounts to that team and was telling me about the team, how they're all, it's almost all adults, and they're just a really good group. I was like, all right, dude, see if you can get me in. And so I went out to Walmart. I bought the cheapest phone I could and made an account, and somehow I got my scores up to where I knew it was good, really good for my GP, and ended up joining them. And I'm still there. If they go to CC again, I'm gonna talk and probably take my account off so somebody with all vehicles can join, because I can't get the rock bouncer and the hovercraft unless I buy them for my alts. But yeah,
It makes it hard with the new system to get the vehicles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it very difficult to get them.
It does, but I do see it. I do see it from Fingersoft point of view. It is a business and all that, and so
yeah,
I understand that.
So do you use the accounts as like a practice to make your CC account score better, or is it just helping out the teams?
That's a great question. Both, vice versa. I will. If I'm pretty confident with the team event, by say a new video came out and it's the first time I'm doing the team event, then I'll just do main account, and then I will copy. I will do it as if I have max GP on all the accounts, and that way I know I'm just upgrading the correct team event parts. There have been some accounts where I'm like, I have to decide, okay, I'm gonna have to use the this little buggy because my CCEV but the engine is at level 1 or something. So and then sometimes I like to just plug and play and try to come up with different ways of getting a better score with lower GP, so I can help.
I always found that fun. Trying to find the best way with lower parts.
Yeah.
Because it's a completely different game with lower garage power.
Oh, for sure.
It's
For
yeah,
sure.
it's a bit more
Last
difficult
event.
and fun.
Last event with my main account and two of my accounts, they're around 5-6K. I got pretty much this. I got relatively within 5K, the same score as my main account. So I know not all events are like that. It was just really embarrassing for my main, but yeah, last event was tough, really tough for me.
Same. I'm finding them all tough lately.
Yeah. I think the
Yeah.
mix is starting to come better though. They they went through a bit where it was, when you're watching a video with Vershak or Vocope or one of those, and they're posting scores of like mid-20s and high 20s over a 4-track thing, you go, damn, if they're doing 28s, I'm gonna be in the mid-teens,
Yep.
Right.
So it's interesting that they're coming back to mid-30s and high 30s and 40s again, which is good. I mean, not that the score makes a difference, not that the number makes a difference, because if it's hard for me, it's hard for Voco,
Mm.
Yeah, and it almost could be like psychological motivation having a higher score number. It just makes the game funner. I mean, if there's 60,000 points total, I'd rather score somewhere in the 30s than 15K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So I
Um,
don't know. I think it helps the youth try harder. I don't know.
and some of us oldies too.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Some of us oldies as well go, oh, for sakes, I just want to get, I just want to get over 40 again one day, or I
Yes.
want to get
Again.
40K. I want to get
Right.
40K,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about a six track event, not a,
Yeah.
Right. Few
yeah,
and
I
where
far
reckon
between.
the
bring
max
back the
score
easy
is,
10K tracks.
well, not easy 10K, because there
Oh
were some
yeah,
of those.
because it boosts morale when you can get a 10K on at least one. So it
At
brings
least one
back the
track, yeah.
excitement. Yeah.
Especially when you get 10K for one track and then you get nothing for the other three.
It's the
So
best.
your score is still like 17. And you got 10K for one track. Yay!
Right.
Imagine if you didn't
Right.
get that 10K.
Yeah, yeah. You'd be in the nines.
Oh, been there before.
Thankfully, I'm good at one track,
So
as it feels like.
yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we started getting to community questions, Hero?
Um.
Like your YouTube account? Did you want to talk about that maybe?
Sure. Yeah. I made it for. I initially made it to bring to share on Facebook. I initially made it for recruiting purposes. And then it just turned into kind of a fun thing. I haven't been putting up any videos recently because I bought my first house and there's a lot of work to be done. I haven't gotten Wi-Fi quite yet. I'll probably get it next month. Um, but yeah, I haven't put out any videos since probably around Christmas time.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Well, don't feel
Is
too
it
bad. We have.
strictly hill climb racing content, or is it like you do a little bit of everything on there?
It's only I'm pretty sure it's only hill climb racing content. And a couple years
Okay.
ago, I made a self-help YouTube channel, but kind of those videos they all got copyrighted because I didn't know what I was doing with the music and stuff like that with giving
Yeah.
attribution. So it kind of prepared me for the HCR2. And someday I do want to try to put some effort into it. Around Christmas time, I was putting out like a few videos a week, and I was on a good pace, and then bought the house, and it just kind of threw everything for a loop. But
Yeah.
yeah, someday I might try to actually like make something of it, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, right. That sounds good. But
yeah,
it does take time and effort. So
yeah,
buying a
yeah.
house is a pretty
Every
big part of your life. So once you
Oh
got
my
yourself
goodness.
sorted, yeah.
Yes, huge, huge.
Hmm.
Congratulations on the house.
Yes, congratulations.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's a huge step in anybody's life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually never even imagined it. As a kid, I did, but as you grow older, you're like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? And it just kind of worked out, you know.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. No, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's get into the questions.
Yes, let's do
sure.
that.
I'm going to quickly shout out to DeBell, who asked the question, "Why do you have 4 accounts?" And I think Pete's already kind of asked that question.
Sorry, DeBell.
Sorry, DeBell, but it is a very good question, and I think it's been quite well answered now. So this is kind of a bit of a personal question. It's from a player called KD Corporal, who must be new to the server. He's asked the question, what caused you to be a huge advocate for mental health awareness in your server?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I have been through. Want to make this youth friendly. I've been through an immense amount of trauma, more than most, less than some, and I don't want others to feel the pain that I feel. And a lot of these youth who I've come to know through the game and Discord, some have struggled pretty hard. And
Yep.
at one point, I had too many reaching out to me to kind of handle, and it just got a little bit too much for me on my own mental health. And so I created that channel where I can throw some positive stuff in there, so for everybody.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I just
That's
don't. I just don't want people to experience pain, basically.
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's something dear to us as a group.
Hmm.
You know, we've talked about Are You Okay before. We've talked about all those sorts of things. But the two sides to Are You Okay is both asking the question but being prepared for the answer. So it sounds like you've been prepared for the answer, but you've also got to look after yourself. So
Yeah. Yes, and the only reason I'm prepared for the answer sometimes is because of my own battles and
yeah, of course, of course.
working through them. And I still have a lot of faults, and it's everybody
We
knows,
all,
it's a lifelong process.
yeah, we all
Mhm.
have faults. Trust me. Anybody who
Yeah.
tells you they don't is lying through their teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Not me though. I'm perfect in every way.
only because of the beard, Pete. It hides a lot. It hides a lot. Um, yeah.
I'm perfect because I don't have a body. I'm all zeros and ones.
Good on you. Good on you.
Hmm.
JR, do you have a question?
Yes, I will ask my usual first question. This is a light question. What are your other hobbies other than playing HCR2?
So I'm really into plants. I'm really into nature.
Oh, botanist.
I'm really into the rocks. I know that sounds
Mm.
weird, but like, finding crystals and gemstones and
Ah,
identifying them. was polishing for quite a bit a few summers ago. It's more work than it's worth if you're making jewelry or trying to sell them. But it's a fun experience, and you know, ride my bike. When I was in middle school, I got into cross country, so every now and again I'll go for a run. I like going for walks. There's like a river probably about 100 yards from my back door,
Oh wow.
and it's really nice to go down there when I need some peace and
Yep.
just kind of
Yeah.
chill.
There's just something about the sound of running water and all the nature sounds. It's just really relaxing and calming.
Yeah, and I I grow a lot of different like regular plants, whether they're medicinal, whether they're food, whether they're just regular house plants. And there's so many things that can be medicinal, whether it's dandelions in your yard or wheatgrass or something
Yep.
like that.
Mm.
But on Thursdays, I have a class at the tech school. It's a non-credit class, and it's called Tech Club, and you can build whatever you want in there. They have just loads of 3D printers. They got a water jet saw thing. They
Oh,
got
fantastic.
robots, every tool you can imagine. So I've 3D printed my niece and nephew some things, and I've made some bonsai potters, and then made some bonsai plants.
They are so
So
difficult.
yeah, and
I've,
before my
I've had a
brain,
bonsai before, and it died within a couple of months because they're so fickle.
they sure are. Yeah,
Yep.
I would say about 30% of the ones I try to grow, after planting them will die. They're,
Mm.
How old is the
um,
oldest one that you have?
well, I did my first bonsai last summer when I started going to this class. So
Mhm.
about 7 or however many months, 4 months, 10 months, 10 months.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
I
actually
was thinking, yeah.
it's to the point where I'm just gonna go walk over and look at it real quick. It's to the point where the roots, like you can raise the roots up, and if they're in the air, but they're still sucking nutrients and water from your medium.
Yeah, for
The roots
sure.
will like turn to bark, so it looks pretty cool. It's well on its way, and I'll repot it this next summer here. But the last thing I was gonna say is skateboarding. I used to absolutely love to skateboard, but with the brain injury, I lost my balance. I tried skateboarding again, and I broke my arm. So
Oh, yeah, that's
I,
not good.
yeah, it's got to be a thing of the past for me. But
Yeah.
those are a few hobbies.
No, that's a really good
Very
mix, though.
cool hobbies. They're
Thanks.
very cool hobbies.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah. I'm really into nature and exploring and adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah, very cool.
very
Thanks.
cool. Pete, your question?
Yeah, you've mentioned just then that you had a brain injury. Would you mind telling us about that? Like what happened, or is that a bit too personal?
Sure. It is personal, but I can work around that. So I used to manage restaurants on the West Coast of America, and
Mm.
this particular night, I was managing a restaurant in downtown Portland, um, right downtown. I locked up the restaurant, closed it up, and when and parking, that you can't park down there if you're working a 12 or 14-hour shift because the restaurant it's too busy for you to run to your car every 2 hours and move it.
Yep.
So you take the public transit. And I was looking down at my phone, going to the bus stop, or going to the area where the bus stops and the trains are. It's this big area. And I was walking to it, and I bumped, and this is at bar time. So I bumped into these guys. All I remember was their silhouettes, and that they both had like these big beer bottles. They were drinking in public, but we were right downtown, so a lot of shenanigans were going on every night down there. So it's not surprising that they're drinking in public. But I say that because the next thing I know, I am in the hospital. I wake up and I ask them if they're picking glass out of my brain, and then
Gosh.
this one nurse. There was so many people around me. And this one nurse from like probably 4 feet away from the end of the hospital bed comes running at me with this gigantic needle, and then the next thing I know is I wake up and they're like, "Okay, it's time to go home." But yeah, that's a little bit
Oh.
about the brain injury.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds terrible.
yeah, and then I had to work on the mental health even harder. Right at first, it really threw me for a loop. I had no idea what was going on the weeks that followed. My blood pressure was going up to like near cardiac arrest, and I had to get on blood pressure medications. All my emotions were like magnified, I swear, like by 1,000, and like all like but it was more than negative. So it was like anything hurtful or sad, just like I would just immediately start crying, and it was just really weird, really weird. Yeah, but doing the best I can, and still a lot to work on, but I'm happy how things have come along since then.
Yeah. Did they ever find the people who did it?
No, I don't know. There were cameras everywhere. It happened right at one of the busiest intersections. The back of my brain tells me that they had more important things to do, like a shooting or something like that. So yeah, I
Wow.
never heard back.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Yo, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just glad. My brain is still there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can't walk a straight line. I'll fall over. Like if I try to do the foot in front of the other foot one, and but yeah, I'm very grateful to still be functioning, and it
Yeah.
taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A friend of mine in Brisbane was punched in the back of the head at a pub after standing her ground, and yeah, she's never been the same since. But when I say
Yeah,
she's never been the same, I actually think, and this sounds really sad, but she is better now than she was before. She's just, yeah, her outlook on life changed, and um, she was an advocate for, stopping this sort of behaviour in Australia and all that sort of stuff. A whole lot for the community. She did a whole lot for herself, and when I see her now, I see the smile on her face, and I know that that smile is so genuine and so relieved to be here, type thing. Yeah, but it's not something that I would want to go through, and to hear the fact that you're not concerned about who did what to where and all that sort of stuff, again, just points to your character.
Hmm.
Well, thank you. It's there are some things that I find myself holding on to resentment, but deep down I know it really does you no good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just sorry. I'm really taken aback. I wasn't expecting that answer, and yeah, you've yeah. I'm just I'm speechless. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I there's another huge thing. Two of them that I could talk about really quick. About the whole reason for the mental health thing too. If it would help anybody, I don't know if it would, but
Go for it.
Yeah,
I
I think talking about it helps everybody.
Mhm.
okay, yeah,
Definitely.
okay. So right, so like a couple years after the brain injury, so it was still kind of fresh, like they had to staple my skull shut. It took months to heal, and it's the healing process with the mind is gonna be forever with that. But
Yep.
and then my sister um was taken by her boyfriend, and that just made everything worse. And so I lost my sister, who's like my best friend. And then the pandemic hit, and then another family member of mine uh last year was kidnapped, and she is alive. And I guess I can't it might become yeah, I that's all I can say on that. I'm sorry about yeah,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have brought that one.
No, no, no. Wow. That's I think the word is perspective. Like people turn around and go, oh, I wish I had better Wi-Fi. I wish I had more money. I wish I had. And there are some people that just wish they had their sister back. Like
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah. But
And
the good news is the lawyer one, she's now doing really well.
yeah,
Yeah.
damn, that's oh, geez. The
Yeah,
trouble
I'm,
with
You've
the
I'm
been
news.
through
speechless.
you've been through so much.
Oh yeah,
Before we
there's
go
a
on,
lot.
I just wish you healing. It will take time. It will take a long time maybe, but I wish you to heal, you know,
Thank
emotionally,
you.
mentally, spiritually. I wish you will heal.
I really appreciate that, JR.
The hair on my skin is the hair on my
Yeah,
arms. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Okay.
We're all with you on that, JR. We all are. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
Make me teary
smiling
No.
with
eyed.
gratitude.
Yeah. This is not where I thought this episode was going to go, but I'm glad it has. I'm glad it has gone this way because, like I said, talking about stuff heals for lots of people. It
Mm-hmm.
heals for people talking about it, but it also heals people who haven't felt that need or that desire or that loss before. Understand that there's more to life than just the stuff you can buy and the stuff you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's go on a. Um, I think it's my turn to ask a question. I'm going to ask something that's a little bit more. Okay, this is from Bob Father. Again, I've never heard of Bob Father, so big shout out to you. I really appreciate the question. He obviously is one of the people on Loyal Outcasts, I assume.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Yes.
He's a
uh,
I know what
co-leader.
this question is. I know what this question is.
So howdy, Hero.
Oh,
So why do you suppose that the game has cows in it versus the 1.2 million animal species known to man?
oh, I know his other question. Okay, so this question,
I'll
why?
ask that one next.
Yeah.
Um, I wish
Okay.
I had more turtles. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'll throw in a funny quick fact. The reason I'm
Okay.
the character I am right now is because I grew up
Mhm.
on the Ninja Turtles, and it's the closest one that looks like a Ninja Turtle. But
Aw.
that's secretly why I'm that character.
Oh, jeez. Jeez. That is funny. That is very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, so which was your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oof. At first, it was Michelangelo when I was really, really young because he was like the funnest. He was like the party dude. He was the pizza dude.
Yeah.
And and then it came to be Raphael because he got struck down. He didn't, and then he got back up, and I really liked the the silent toughness about him,
Yep.
how strong he was as a character or
Character.
whatever.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah, and how he stood his ground, and yeah, really like that dude. I found myself relating to him as I got older. Maybe 10, 12 years old. I don't remember.
Yep. 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 Very cool. Very cool. Pete,
Yeah.
your question?
Yes, I've got another one from Bob Father here. He would like to know, what was your most memorable April Fool's joke that has ever been pulled on you?
My most memorable April Fool's joke that has ever been pulled on me
Yeah.
involves HCR2, and it just happened. So
Oh, this sounds interesting already.
Does it involve Bob Father?
it
Tell
sure
us
does.
about it. Okay.
Okay. So we have a leader text group for people who are in the United States who are adults. And Bob sent a message like, no, he totally got me. It was the morning of. I woke up, and he woke up earlier than me, I believe. He's uh, like, what the heck? Why has the whole team been banned? And then I was just
Oh
freaking
no.
out because I do everything in my power. Like if I even think you're a hacker, you will not be joining. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Mhm,
Like,
yeah.
so it's like, oh my God, he got me good. And that my most memorable April Fool's joke is an HCR2 one, and it literally just happened. Thanks, Bob. He got me really good.
Because
Yeah.
that was only like 6 days ago.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Oh
Oh,
man. Oh, it got me for like 2 days. I felt that April Fool's feeling.
oh, jeez.
So good.
Good one.
Well, there you go. There you go. JR, your question?
Okay, I found a question here from OSNZ Aussie. He's from Team 3, right, Pete?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I can't
he is.
remember.
He is. He
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
And he
he's
wants to
definitely from
ask.
Team 3. Yep.
He wants to ask, how many hours a day do you play HCR2? Considering
You
you
know,
have
I
4
was
accounts.
thinking about this today. So, um, now does this include leadership responsibilities as far as Discord?
I think
No,
just playing
just
the
playing the
game.
game.
Yeah, just playing the game.
Okay, perfect. It won't sound as bad. Like, I don't
Yeah, we
probably
all
like
we all know that pain.
yeah, probably like maybe 3 or 4 hours in total of having the
In
game
total.
open.
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
day. Yeah, here and
Not
there,
bad.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. It's the only game I play.
Yeah, same.
I really, really enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? Eva?
Eva's next.
Yeah, I'm next. Look, Cape has asked about 17 million questions, and I'm very appreciative of all his questions because he's one of our loyal question askers. I'll go over a couple of them very quickly, but we've kind of covered them already. Why do you play the game? If you could change one thing, what would it be? I don't really. If you could make one big merge happen, none.
Well, I
Favorite
do have
vehicle?
an answer to that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would merge with Bad Dads, but I don't I don't know if that would ever happen, and I think he's with the loyal part. I think PD is very similar to me, and just doesn't want to kind of break up the unity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
the good thing with the merge is you get some really strong players together, but the bad thing with that is that you've got some players that get dislodged from being the middle of the pack type thing, and then you've got to try and house them into team one, or inverted commas team one or team two, and then all of a sudden you've either offended people or you haven't. So
Right.
Mhm.
And like I know this sounds really weird, but it's almost like I can feel other people's pain sometimes,
yeah,
and it's
no,
like
no, for sure,
I don't
for sure.
wanna. It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I am open to merges and stuff. It's not like I'm totally closed off. I'm just got to be careful.
Well, in that case, that leads to his that leads to his next one of his questions, which is, do you feel overwhelmed by how many pings, DMs you have when you open Discord?
No, not at all. What overwhelms me is that I'll never be able to catch up.
Oh wow, that sounds like my work email.
Yeah, I will never be able to catch up.
uh, just when you thought you'd cleared enough, ding.
Oh, yes, I know. I used to. This sounds crazy, and it is, and it was. And this is at the time where I was getting all these different merge offers as well. But there was a probably a 1 year period where I was getting like 40 to 50 DMs, different people DMs per night. It slowed way down, which is a lot easier.
Yep.
But it's like at that point I was like hitting DMs as fast as I could repeatedly, and then that would take an hour or two, and then by the time I got done I had 20 new ones. So it's like it's just you gotta it's hard, but you gotta kind of pick and choose what's most important at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. That's me in my email on a daily basis.
Right, right, right.
And when the phone rings and you go, oh, I know that guy. I know why that guy's ringing me. Open
So
his
it's not
email.
the only thing that's overwhelming is when I don't get back to people, because I feel extremely guilty, and it's just I'm I'm stretched in different ways,
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
like
sure.
I'm yeah.
Pete, do you have a question?
Sure do. The thing I would like to know the most about this episode is, what is your favorite cheese?
My favorite cheese, Swiss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's got to be
Swiss
Yeah.
cheese.
Swiss or Brie.
Brie is a good
Oh,
one. Brie is so
oh,
I
good.
love Brie. Yeah, I used to manage this high-end restaurant, and we would do these charcuterie plates, and we'd
yeah.
get to eat them as well, and it was just
You got to
Mm.
make sure
so.
that they're all right. So yeah.
And
That's
if someone
right.
asks you
That's
for a
right.
recommendation, you've
You
got
have
to
to.
know that that red wine goes with that beautiful blue vein cheese, and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Yes, you got to. Yep, you got to know your product and know what you're talking about. That's for sure.
Yep.
hmm
And if a customer can't trust with what you're saying, then you're not gonna get them back. So
You're
Right.
right.
yeah, so you
Good
must try
cheese and
everything.
brie. I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we digress. I'm mouthful now.
Jackrabbit.
JR.
Here is a question from DropTech, who was our previous guest. He had a podcast here with us too. So he wanted to
I'm gonna
say
have to
hello
listen to
there,
that.
Hero. Yeah? Yeah, you should. You should listen to his
He's one of my good
episode.
buddies. Yeah.
That's good to know. Okay. So here is what he wanted to say. Hello there, Hero. I am glad you have been selected to be one of the guests. I know you're persistent enough to represent loyal outcasts. Even further so, I deeply appreciate your presence and existence within the community. Here are my questions. Do you think I have been a tremendous help when you managed to fully back up and recover the Heroes Lounge server? And this other question is, despite all the hardships that you have faced with loyal outcasts, are you proud of where you are now and what you have achieved?
Wow. Yes, I'm gonna kind of work backwards here. I am very proud of what we have achieved. Sometimes it gets to me a little bit when I have to offer transfer spots to players to bring on stronger players. That's tough for me. And like regarding the old server with DropTech, like he was so I had the same server I have and but it had like 700 to 800 people and it was just growing organically and it got too big. I don't want to say the name of the group because they're gigantic, but there was this hacking group that got a hold of my server and just completely ruined it. And it just happened to be that DropTech made a copy of the server the day before or 2 days before, and they got it like him and a bunch of other people got it up and running like immediately, and that whole day I was a little devastated because I there's so many good memories there,
Yeah, lots of hard
and
work.
I spent the whole day doing my own investigation, and by the end of the day I was just like, these guys are too big to mess with. I'm not touching these guys. Like, these guys know how to hack you without even sending them a message, or accepting their
Yeah.
friend request on Discord. I'm like, okay, you guys can have it. I'll start over.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, but yes, yeah, he was the help, and other people helped him, and it was just I was very grateful for that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. As a matter of fact, DropTech, one of the leaders of the universe. He might be. I'm not sure if he's the main leader, but I think he might be. But he's actually in one of my leader DMs. We're that close.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's nice to hear from someone in the community who appreciates you.
yeah. Me too. And like,
Your contribution to the community, and it goes to show, like what Eva said, your character. And I think you are a very endearing person. Yeah, that's
thank
coming
you,
from me.
thank you so much, JR. That really makes me smile, and I I want to make sure I don't leave out to DropTech. Thank you for those kind words. You happened
Yeah.
to listen.
Oh, very cool. Very,
Is
very
Pete
cool.
next?
I think it's my turn because Pete asked the cheese question.
Oh yeah, it's Eva's turn. Okay.
We have
Was that
the
based
cheese.
on the fact that I'm in Wisconsin?
No,
No,
we've
that's just
asked the
happens to be a
cheese
question that we ask everybody.
Okay.
We had a guy who used to ask the question called Rexu. It was the only question he'd
That's him.
ask every podcast episode. There'd be a question from Rexu. What's your favorite cheese? What's your favorite cheese? And then he stopped asking the question, and we just kept asking the question. And it learned it. Sorry, it made me learn about a cheese called Comté, which was Valkyrie's favorite cheese. So I was in a cheesemonger's, probably about 12 months ago, and I'm standing in front of all these amazing cheeses, and I said, "What's that?" And the lady says, "That's Comté," and I said, "I must try it."
Yeah. I
And
just asked
it is
because
delicious.
I'm gonna. How do you spell that?
COMTE with an apostrophe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try that. But I asked because it was such a perfect question. My state prides themselves
on
on
cheese.
on their cheese. Yeah, and our football team, we're called the Green Bay Packers, but people refer to us as the Cheeseheads. So I was like, oh, they must know
Is that where
Wisconsin.
that comes from?
Oh,
It
no,
was so ironic.
Unfortunately, we haven't done that much research.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's funny.
All right.
I've seen those cheese hats around everywhere. They've even made their
Yes.
way into HCR2. So, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is a question or a series of questions from Hazelnut. So big shout out to Hazelnut. I'll just say, he says, "My man, I love you, Hero. What got you into playing HCR2? And tell him Hayes sent you." Jokes. So we've discussed a bit of that, and we've already given him a big shout out for getting you on board. So really appreciate the work with
Absolutely.
that. He's mentioned who are some of the people who have supported you in the HCR community with mental health.
Most people that I could even say this podcast helped me. Most people that I talk to, gosh, it's hard to single out anyone. For anybody that likes helping, that may be listening, one of the best things I know about helping others is that you're actually helping yourself at the same time. Just thought I'd throw that little tidbit in. There's so many there's so many people. I don't really want to single anybody out because there's too many. There's too many.
Well, that means you've touched lots of people, and inverted commas, they've done the same for you. So
Absolutely.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
very
they
cool.
sure have.
His last comment was, "What made you think of the team name Loyal Outcasts?" But we've kind of covered that in your intro, because
Yeah.
you did a poll for 3 days.
Yeah, we did a three-day vote, just so every single person was able to say their piece, and a lot of names were given. I don't remember all of them. But one person came up with the loyal, and that was Dr. Fuzzy, who he still plays HCR2, but he's not on the team right now. He's
Damn.
got getting ready for college and doing a lot of good stuff in life. And then the Outcasts was created by Psycho, because everybody felt like outcasts after getting kicked from that one merge that I wasn't a part of that went south. It actually went north. They did really, really good, and they were a super strong team.
Yep. Fair enough. Pete, you're up.
Yes, I've got a question here from Fiery, and he says, "Hello, Hero. Are you an adventurer or a time trialist?"
I am a time trialist, and the first time I got to Canyoneer was before the first time that we went to CC. I did it on voice chat, and I was streaming in the server, and then
No.
I forget who was helping me. I know for sure my buddy Puggy was helping me. He's an adventurer. He's kind of both. And TE. He's just good at everything. But Puggy was helping me with the setups, like what parts to use on adventure. I absolutely love time trials. I can do the same track for 2 hours straight and trying to shave off milliseconds. I enjoy that. With adventure, it's the distance thing. I mean, I got the crown for getting Canyoneer 1, and I'll just do adventure now just for parts and stuff. I don't have anything against it. I like the short tracks
Track. Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
very
enough.
similar boat. It
Yeah.
takes very long time to get little progress.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And I like to go super fast no matter what I do, and that doesn't always work out with adventure. So
No, you end up
Mhm.
smacking your head on something.
yes.
I must say, I watched
Um,
Bill once doing a Desert Valley adventure, and while we were talking, I reckon it was only like 6 or 7 minutes, he'd done the 10Ks. He was in what was he using?
CCEV, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the CCEV. He'd done like 10Ks in like 7 or 8 minutes, and I'm sitting there going, "How the hell have you
Ow.
done?" And he was
Wow.
talking to me while he was doing it.
Yep.
So
He
I'm
just
like,
knows the
yeah,
track that well.
it just knows the track that well, you know. So and that's part of the battle that not everybody
He
sees.
also goes on. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Flary also goes on to say, who do you look up to / who is your inspiration in the HCR2 community?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I'm sure you've all heard of DropX.
No.
Okay, he's um he's he's a absolutely
Fix?
fantastic
No, I
player.
haven't.
He is SB DropX on the roster on our team, and he before Nitro came out, he had many world records. I think he still does. He just needs Nitro for a few vehicles, as do I. But he's a huge inspiration to me to this day. He's like the tune master in
Oh
my
wow.
brain. Yeah, if I have any questions, I'll go to him.
Yep.
Aries was huge inspiration to me. We would talk on the regular cell phone and then play the game together like every single morning until he moved on. Uh, you know, he ended up deleting his account and
Wow.
stuff like that. Had some family stuff. Um,
Hmm.
and Steelfire, who is taking a break from the team right now. In many ways, he's been there a lot for me, and he's my senior. There's a guy that changes his name every week, I think. But he goes by Hound, he goes by DK, he goes by um some different names. Right now he's got the highest GP on the roster, and his name is Tio something.
Yep.
Or he goes by Dog. He's my senior as well, and he's he's a lot of help. We're very similar, so I guess I could add him to like the mental health help as well. But I look up to him because we kind of have the same leadership mentality. So if I'm
Yep.
questioning myself, like I'll bounce stuff off him and or the leader text. But yeah, there's there's so many people I look up to. As far as for super well known people, I look up to I'd say all the YouTubers, all the famous YouTubers like Vershek and IOOI and Vocope and Vittorio and Any Legal. Yeah, I look up to a lot of people, a lot of time trial people, and also adventurers, just because it's just crazy how they can memorize those long maps.
Yep. Yep.
And then there's certain leaders that I've never spoken to that I look up to, because it's like for example, DC Notch. I've never spoken to him, but I heard that we have very similar leading styles by a guy named Ozark. I believe Ozark still plays the game. But yeah, it's I pay attention to the Discord teams because of that, and basically just pay attention to like their high level teams and how they're doing and stuff. For some reason, I never talked to the guy. I'd like to meet him someday, but yeah, there's a lot of people, for many different reasons. And the example, AYM, Kappa, X, some people might know him as X236, but he goes by X.
We've had him on the
Yeah, a lot
podcast.
of people. Oh, you
Yeah,
had? Oh,
X236. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, he's awesome.
yeah. He's a friend of mine, as well as AYM. I really, really like those guys. We've shared some personal things, and really, really good people. Yeah.
Oh, very, very, very cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
There's two more questions. So one of them isn't really a question. It's just from Hazelnut, asking when you're going to upload your YouTube channel again, which you've kind of answered already. And he's just left it off with Hero, aka the man who changed my life. So with a big hug in a emoticon of some sort. So I just wanted to say that out loud. And
Well,
then
thank you.
the other question was kind of answered, but I wanted to give the person who asked the question a bit of a shout out. RS Rend, RENDE, RS RENDE. It might be French for rend or rendy. I don't know, depending on where you're from. It says, what major contribution have you done in this community? And you have covered that to the nth degree in this episode already. But I thought I'd give RS Rendy a bit of a shout out. So
That was the one question where I was like, I'm stumped. I'm not going to be able to answer that.
and yet you've answered it
Turns
more
out
than
you
we
already
could ever
have.
imagined.
Mhm.
And then there's one last one from DC Mr. Cap. Although I think you can take
Okay.
out the dot, Mr. Cap. What is your next big goal for HCR2 or YouTube?
I'll just say a tiny bit of both. With HCR2, it's team goal of staying in CC, and then personal goal of just grabbing some, getting some world records and enjoying the tracks I like, and throwing my name up there somewhere.
Yep.
And as far as, what was the other one?
Just what are you going to
YouTube.
do with YouTube and
Oh, with YouTube. So my last video was, I posted a challenge, and I said, for whoever the first one to beat this, I'll upload your video. And that was
very
right
nice.
when I lost my Wi-Fi. So I
Ah,
purposely haven't uploaded any videos, because my first one has to be from that guy. I believe it's MS Ghost, or he goes by Ghost. I don't know it's that little acronym or what clan he's in. But
yep.
good kid, and I'm gonna stick true to my word. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do, and I'm full of ideas, but I only act on a few sometimes.
Well, We might have
So,
to
who
rally
knows?
together to get your Wi-Fi reinstated.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'm thinking definitely this. Actually, probably this month. I keep saying next month, but we're in April. We're well in April.
Good. All right. Well, JR, did you want to start the quiz?
Quickly before we do, there's one that hasn't been asked, and it was a late entry towards the questions from the community. And this guy hasn't really been online much, so I want to ask his question. It's from Nose Picker. Hilarious name. Do you like soup? And I'd like to further it on. Which is your favorite soup?
Yeah, I like soup. Probably lobster bisque.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that or Okay, this is definitely my brain injury. I can't think of the word. But we used to make this seafood soup. It had a tomato base to it.
Gazpacho.
What did you say?
Gazpacho.
I don't. I can't. Did you say dispatcha?
Yes, it's gazpacho, but yes, it's usually tomato based, cold, served cold, and has
Okay. This one was warm.
warm. So
Yeah, it
it's
was almost like is gumbo like a
gumbo is.
seafood gumbo?
I've heard so much about gumbo. I've never had it before in my life, and one of my things to do is to get to New Orleans to have it served to me
Yes.
by some.
Yeah, it was gumbo. Yeah. Yep. That's got to be one of my favorites, and lobster bisque.
Yeah, I don't want to sound racist, but I want to go to New Orleans and have an old black American woman who's been making gumbo all her life make it for me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I want it. Yes, I do. And they make sweet tea in the South, and
Yep.
like some people bring up their recipes and get it every once in a while. But yeah,
Yep.
I know what you mean. Definitely.
Yeah.
They've crafted it, you know.
Yep.
We're going on a road trip. We're going on a road trip. All four of us.
That would be
Team
awesome.
trip.
We're finding all the cheese. We're finding
Yes.
Yeah.
And the soup.
Yes.
That sounds like a super idea, Jack Rabbit.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Couldn't
no.
help
Stop
it.
it.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. On that note.
Let's get this questionnaire started.
Yep.
Okay. This is a bit of a fun, never have I ever quiz, all about hill climb racing. I'm sure you've heard of it from the podcast that you've listened to. So you get 1 point for each one that you have never done before. Okay, Hero, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
The first question is, have you ever reached the maximum GP?
No.
No. Okay. Next question, have you ever achieved the maximum 15K score in a track?
I think so.
Okay, we'll take that.
I think so.
Can we take that as
Yeah,
a
I'm
yes?
pretty sure.
I'll take that as a yes.
That's a yes.
Yes, that's a yes. Next question, have you finished the road to legendary?
This will be my first month finishing it. I'm almost halfway through it. This will be my first month finishing it in over a year.
But you have finished it before. I
Oh,
suppose.
many times. Yeah,
yes. So the answer
when I
is
wasn't,
yes.
I used to max out KMs when I only had one account.
Oh wow.
That's how much I played. Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like someone else I know, doesn't it, Jack Rabbit?
Yes. I don't want to name names, but well, anyway, okay. Moving on. Have you started
Moving
your
on.
own team? Which is a yes. A big yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Next, have you ever spent real money in the game?
Too much.
I like the way you answer. I like the way you answer. Okay, next
I'll
question.
say over $5,000, less than 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
In, in all
yeah.
4 accounts? Oh my God.
Mainly on the main. Maybe
Mhm.
there's probably only like maybe $1,000 put into the total other ones.
Hmm.
Okay. I want to say some more, but let's move on to the next question. Where am I? Number 6. Have you ever
6.
Yes. Have you ever participated in any HCR2 tournament?
Yes, and I don't win, so I'm usually a prize giver instead.
Oh, what tournament was that?
Oh, it was there was one in, I mean, there's been many in my server, and I've sometimes when I'll do other tournaments, it's like I'll forget that I'm in the tournament and just be so focused on, who's scoring, who has yet to score, leadership stuff, that I'll forget I'm in that tournament. But I like getting the ICC pings.
Yep.
Mm.
And working for USA, it's just I haven't recently, because I still don't have the muscle car nitro, so it's like haven't been much help recently. But
Yeah, it's very heavy muscle car nitro tracks on the ICC, isn't it?
Yep. I've
yeah,
noticed that.
and
Mm.
I'm missing I need level 1.
Hmm. Next time I see it
Yeah.
in the shop, I'll let you know.
Just ping him
Yeah,
three
Awesome.
me
times,
too. I,
Pete.
I don't even.
Yeah, 3 times is the key.
Yeah, 3 times is the key. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I should keep going. I have so many
Yes.
things in my head to tell Hero, but I should keep
Yep.
going.
No, keep
Number
going.
7. Number 7. Have you thought of giving up playing the game?
I mean, I guess, some days are more stressful than others. I I suppose it's crossed my mind, but it's like I'm not. I mean, I've formed some really good relationships and met some really cool
Yes.
people,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself leaving anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that what keeps you playing, the people who are behind your back and just cheering on you. Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And then
Mm-hmm.
I do have my faults. I do get upset sometimes, but something that drives me is, overall, I want to set a good example for the youth, because I
Yes.
went so many different bad,
Mm-hmm.
wrong ways in life. It's like, okay, if you can keep them at least interested in this video game and
Mm-hmm.
off of drugs,
Mm-hmm.
whatever their
Mm-hmm.
schoolmates are doing, that's good or something. I don't know. I just want to be a good example.
And I think you want to be there when they want to reach out to you.
Yes, but I'm not always able to, and I feel bad about that.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure they appreciate the time you spend with them. Okay, next question.
Was that a yes or a no? I'm pretty sure that was a no, wasn't it?
I think that was a yes. I
I
think
think
the
it
Wait,
was
yes
a no.
is yes, he's wanted to quit, but the community has kept him here.
kind of, yeah. It has crossed my mind. It has crossed my mind, but it's never like.
Okay.
And then I'm always like, no, I can't.
Mm, I'm
So
going to give
you
him a
guys
point
can
0.5.
decide on the point system. I don't
I'm
know.
going to give him a 0.5. It's the first 0.5 I've given out.
Yes.
We cannot make up if it's a
Okay.
yes or no. Okay. Question number 8. Have you ever posted a suggestion in the Fingersoft server?
Oh yeah,
This season.
absolutely.
Yes, you
This
have.
season,
Question number 9. Have you ever reported a cheater in the Fair Play server?
yes, yes, I have.
Mm.
When I was getting on the way up, like struggling to be a solid D1
Mhm.
team, like when you're first getting into D1 and then you go back to D2. Well, I was just having so many issues with hackers, and then The only one I've reported to Fingersoft directly in email was this hacker that was in place of my world record. So I didn't want him there, so I knew he was a hacker, and I reported him, and his name was gone the next day.
Oh, beautiful. Gotta love
Cool.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yes. Okay, question number 10. Have you ever had your account flagged for cheating? Yeah, I think you have answered
Yeah.
this. Said this.
Yes.
Mhm.
Never
Okay.
have two phones, same account open at the same time.
Yeah. And question number 11. Have you ever been banned in any HCR or the Fingersoft Discord server?
No,
Nope. Okay.
never.
Okay. And number 12. Have you ever done a face reveal on any Discord server? Not including this server.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
Mhm.
I have.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. Pictures. I've never. I don't know if I went on video or not. Privately, I have.
So
Yep.
yes, that's a yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've
Let's
gotten
hear
to the
from
end.
This sounds like it could be pretty close.
Well, that's why I was giving away half points here, because without that half point, you would be on an equal score of 2 with Hulkster, which is the current leader of this Never Have I Ever edition. So you're come in second, and I'm really disappointed because I wanted to give you a new role in the server, but
Can
it's
I
okay.
elaborate on the half point?
You've been done over by a half point.
Well, I still think that it should be 0, right? And Pete's probably the other way. He reckons it's 1, and I don't think JR's got a. What's your thoughts, JR? Is it 0 or 1?
I think he's leaning more on not giving up playing the game.
The thought that does come across my mind
Mhm.
is, if my team falls apart, I'll be free, and I can, that's
can leave.
probably the
Yeah.
extent of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
So
I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah.
my team to fall apart. But if it does, it's like, okay, cool. It just opens up a whole new game for me.
Yep.
But I'm gonna
Yep.
do my best to hold it together, and
Yep. So I still reckon it merits half a point at least. Pete,
Cool.
what are your thoughts?
I think you're right there, Eva. So he's thought about it, which is the question technically.
Yeah. Have you thought about giving up playing the game? Yes, I have. There you go.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Have you followed through with it? Have you followed through with it? No, I haven't.
No.
But have you thought about giving up the game? Yes, I have. Right. And what's kept you? The community, your allegiance to your team, your loyalty to your team, all of that stuff. So it should.
Yeah.
It should. Yeah. I reckon I'm gonna. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about
Half a
that.
point sounds about right.
Half a point sounds about right. So by coming
Sorry,
second.
Hero.
By coming second, it
No,
means you win absolutely nothing.
All right.
Just like the people who won, they got absolutely nothing, other than the ability to have a laugh at yourself while playing the game. So that's part of what Never Have I Ever is all about. It's having a laugh at the game, having a laugh at yourself in the game as well. So
I like that.
this kind of brings us to the end of the questions and all the other stuff. I'm going to try and start to wrap it up. So the long and the short of it is there anybody that you haven't mentioned so far that deserves a shout out on behalf of you and the Loyal Outcast?
Oh man. One person might not hear this, but Gutter Butter. I want to give a shout out to
Gutter
him.
Butter. Have you heard his episode?
Yeah. I haven't. I need to call him and check in with him, see if he's doing. See how he's doing.
Please let us know how he's going.
I will.
Yes.
I will. So many people. Castaway, DropX, Poggy Steel, Ivy, Knight Rider, Skib, Filthy Aaron. There's Drew. He's the 4K guy on the team. So many people. Some not even on the team anymore. Yeah, I too many people to list.
All right. Well, I think from the sound of that, you've touched lots of people around the community. So I think there's lots of people that are grateful to have spoken to you, text you, talked to you, played alongside you. They're all grateful. And on behalf of us, I honestly didn't think this episode was going to go this way, but there were moments that I was clutching a tissue and dry my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to say thank you for sharing. I want to say thank you for spending your time with us. I'm really, really speechless about some of the stuff you've spoken about, and I want to just, say that you're a better man than most people, because there's lots of reasons why you could have been a completely different person, but you're not. And that to me speaks leaps and bounds about your integrity and your loyalty and your ability to be a really, really humble, nice person. So thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. Pete and Eva, Pete and JR, you got anything else to add?
Jackrabbit, you got anything? How about you, Eva?
Okay, I will go first before Pete. Thank you, Hero, for coming on the podcast. It's really nice talking to you. It's really nice hearing all your stories. I had goosebumps, and I had to dry my eyes a few times, and my voice was cracking at some point. But here's what I want to say. I wish you all the best.
Wow.
Okay, I wish you all the best in life, in your mental health, and in your new house.
Mm.
It's going to be
True.
exciting and very cool. So I wish you have fun doing that. And good luck to you. And keep
Thank you.
inspiring others. Okay, keep inspiring others and be the person who you are right now. And I just wish you all the best.
I
Yeah.
thank you so much.
I'm still having goosebumps.
Me too.
I'm not going to be able to top that, so I'm just going to say thank you so much for coming on. It's been a great pleasure speaking to you, getting to know your story, and getting to meet you. Like, I'd never spoke to you before on Discord until like recently, so
Yeah.
it's been really good.
Like right back at you all. I have chills going through my body. Real quick, I just want to throw a quick thank you to Hayes. I feel like he recommended me to be on here. So thank you so much, Hayes. And to you three, it's such an honor. It's such an honor. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm gonna add all three of you as Discord friends.
Good.
And then
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent.
and I can't thank you enough. It was such a pleasure being here.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, on that note, I'd like to say thank you to all the listeners for being here and listening to this amazing story. Thanks for subscribing and liking both this episode and our podcast. Look forward to hearing your comments and/or having you on the podcast next. So watch this
And
space.
good luck with trying to beat Heroes Challenge.
Yes.
There's
I got-
already a winner. Can I post 2 new vehicle challenges in there?
Yeah, do it. I'll add them all.
Okay.
I'll add them all. Do it.
All right, I'll throw
All right.
2 more in there.
All right. On that note, thank you, everybody. Have a lovely week or so. We will be back soon with another amazing episode. Thanks again, Hero. Thanks again to Hazelnut for suggesting Hero come on, and have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the podcast.
And see you all
Bye, everybody.